Hi, this is Jen Robinson. Today I'll be talking to you about my reflections from the Leadership Challenge Workbook. I'll be framing those reflections around the 5 practices of exemplary leadership and my experiences at the 2016 URI Summer Institute in Digital Literacy. I'll be sharing some of my tweets from the week as well as some of my previous experiences. And the first practice of leadership is model the way. This is a tweet that I put out there about Yanti, talking about this particular leadership challenge. He gave us a workshop on the challenge. This is the graphic he was sharing with us when he talked about being a digital literacy mentor. Also modeling the way, Julie Coiro, talking about the personal digital inquiry framework, which our participants would use throughout the week. And a nice thank you note from a person who attended one of my workshops about Powtoon and GoAnimate. Some positive experiences I've had in the past have included my work with Renee Hobbs in our city, where we had a contingent of K-12 teachers across our 3 schools, and we were working to implement digital literacy into our curriculum. We also had a scratch cohort across 3 towns on our island. It was K-8 and included lots of teachers from many different schools. It was a lot of fun, and it was over the course of a year. And I'm also a member of the Strategic Planning Committee in my town, and we have stakeholders from many different roles, including teachers, and we have school committee members, we have some business leaders, parents, as well as community members from other areas of life. And the themes I noticed were that we had a variety of voices in these positive experiences. Lots of collaboration and change makers ready to shake things up, and administrative support from the superintendent as well as community leaders. Next is Inspire a Shared Vision. This was the post that I put out there on the first day of the DigiLit conference for the Summer Institute in Digital Literacy. When we were welcoming the faculty and staff, Reese put out a periscope when we were all meeting each other and when we were introduced to the group of people that would be attending this year, so it was a lot of fun. Also helping to inspire a shared vision, we had alumni who gave testimonials about their experiences. You can see their pictures and names up here: Susan Unger, William Yang, and Mark Davis. And also, we had a wonderful keynote speech from Chris Lehman, who talked about the reasons that we are here, why we do what we do, and inspiring that shared vision of education, being student-centered. Here are some turning points in my own life about inspiring a shared vision. Parenthood, the most powerful of all for me. And then going back many years, in high school I was a swim team captain. That was a collaborative, really fun experience. Again, that digital literacy catalyst teacher experience with Renee Hobbs in Newport. And finally, the Summer Institute in Digital Literacy. Last year as a Tier 1, and this year as a Tier 2, but also as a presenter and as a team leader for Tier 1. So what a wonderful amount of points on that screen there. The themes I noticed is that I really like things when they're transformative, when they shake it up. I enjoy having new roles and taking risks, and I love collaborating and being part of a team. Next comes challenge the process. This is a picture from Tier 2 that Charlie took during an activity where he was inspiring people to work together to challenge the process. You can see how much fun people are having with Charlie's direction there. Here are some tweets that I put out there. This is about learning, unlearning, and relearning. And this is something that Chris Lehman talked about during his keynote speech. Lots of us tweeted about this. And then on the top right there is Troy Hicks talking about how we can have deliberative discussions. Challenging the process. Recent changes that I've gone through. The Summer Institute in Digital Literacy has been a transformative experience. I took a risk as a presenter. I had a teachable moment when I was presenting during one of my sessions, and someone said, "Do you know anything about this other platform over here?" And I said, "Not much, but let's try it together." And although I wasn't perfect at it, we had a lot of fun trying it together, and it was worth the risk. I've also worked toward my graduate certificate in digital literacy, which I hope to achieve quite soon. And in a personal sense, I sold a house, I bought a house, and I moved, and that was all this spring. So lots of changes, and risk is a reward for me. I thrive on new experiences. I enjoy the risk. I like to shake up life, and I am not happy when I'm prevented from taking risks. Here's enabling others to act. Here's Yanti posting our Tier 2 picture. There's a powerful group of leaders right there. Charlie enabled us to act by empowering us with this knowledge. We also had our other Tier 2 leaders, and it was a wonderful experience for us. We emerged ready to go into our professional contexts. This is a tweet that I put out there about our Tier 2 experiences, and you can see Charlie on the left side facilitating. I'm empowered by leadership in many ways, and one of my most powerful experiences was when Renee and Julie invited me to be part of the Summer Institute team. It's a great invitation, and I really felt honored and joyful about that. Also, Mary Moen, who works at URI, and Janice Kowalczyk from Fab Newport invited me a few times to be a co-presenter in a Scratch workshop in 2 different places, and I really enjoyed working on that as well. It's a new experience for me because Scratch is something that I've only been doing for about a year, and it's fun to experience that and try to get other people to start it up too. And finally, in a personal sense from my past, my favorite swim coach of all time, Mike Grigg, an unassuming, fabulous, inspiring man who inspired us to be our best by making us feel empowered. Team qualities. My favorite team. The Summer Institute and Digital Literacy Leadership Team. They're positive. Everyone has a shared vision. They collaborate. They work together. They are generous with their time and ideas. They're flexible. They're lifelong learners, and they're continually curious. Everywhere we looked, we were learning something. Everyone learns from you, and you learn from everyone. Isn't that what Renee Hobbs says? Next, encourage the heart. This is a post that I put out there about being honored to be part of DigiURI in response to Renee's post thanking us for being there. So that was encouraging the heart to have that post up there. Here are a few more tweets. This is one of the attendees thanking me for a workshop and some others for workshops that she attended. And then Kristen talked to me about, or posted about, an experience that I was presenting with our documentary project, and I was careful to make sure that everyone knew we had project coordinators that were not present, but very much involved and in fact in charge of the project, and I was an assist. So it was great to make sure that everyone knew it was a team effort. Here are some memorable moments that I've had during Encourage the Heart. I was given the award of Teacher of the Year in Newport. I was nominated by my principal, a man that I really respect, and that was meaningful to me. The presentation that they gave was personal. He did it in the library. He brought my family with me so we could celebrate together. And the school committee chairperson and the superintendent brought flowers and balloons. It was just a celebratory moment in front of some of our students and in front of one of my best friends who was teaching in the room with me at the time. And finally, in my own family, I have lots of encouraging the heart. This is my daughter. She went to the Summer Institute in Digital Literacy with me on the last day because we'd been to Malala the night before and I was just too tired to drive her home. And while she was sitting there waiting for us, she made us all notes to encourage us. So we were talking about our graduate school credits, and for 2 hours she sat and she read, and then she made us all notes and passed them out as a surprise. And finally, while I was working on this project, my son was bringing me food. So that encourages the heart as well, making me surprise s'mores. Chocolate is always empowering. And finally, the music that I've been using for the background here, I downloaded from Incompetech, and I've enjoyed it. I hope you have as well. So those are my reflections from the Leadership Challenge Workbook. Jen Robinson signing out.